Yeah, it's, in presenting this, Partha, it is all this stuff is so confusing that I thank God every day I'm an IT guy, because I can troubleshoot this really quickly. If you don't have the experience, all this stuff would just hose you up hard. All right.
Yes.
All right. You got it. All right. We're looking at a spinal column, guys. We just went. If you're, and we always talk about entertainment and media in all of this. So if anybody's a host of Ben Stiller, we just went full retard here. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, I've heard of this often. All right, Partha, go ahead, educate us, enlighten us, associate us.
Yes. Yes, Charles. So one of the important things that everybody needs to understand is, like, as I was saying, that all the gods or the light is inside of you only. And in the Kala Chakra or the time wheel, I was mentioning how to purify your nerves, your nadis, your channels, your energies, your chakras. So one of the important ways of looking at energy is through your own spine. So the spine has 33 vertebrae. Okay, so as we were speaking, Charles, just half an hour back, Rhoda sent me a news, and she said there was some blast in Hyderabad where she lives. So as many as 13 cylinders, see the number 13,
Yep.
exploded in Hyderabad. Bapuji means father. Okay, and out of the 33 huts, 13
33.
33. So why 33? So one thing we need to understand is that, yes, we have pity, we have compassion. We do understand, when somebody is burnt or somebody dies,
Yes.
we feel for them.
Clearly.
But at the same time, I would like to say that not everything in the matrix is what it seems. Meaning that actually that event did not happen. Okay, that event is only projected on the screen of our mind in the matrix, so that it actually activates certain part of us. So yeah, while the news is true to certain extent, but at the same time it is not true, meaning no living souls were harmed, no real people died. So it is very hard to grasp, but anyways, I'll that's what, it will take another session of to explain this concept. So now this, why this 33 number, like for example, we keep hearing in numbers like 11 11 47, all these numbers keep appearing in the news and all. So why do they appear? It is because they are activation codes. Like for example, 33 is an activation code.
Sure it
Now,
is.
what is 33? We know that Jesus lived for 33 years. What is 33?
Be that gum.
33 is a Masonic number also. There is a 33-degree Mason.
Yeah, there is.
Why 33? Because there are 33 vertebrae. Why they say 33? What is this 33? What is this God? What is this compass? It is because it is nothing but the 33 vertebrae of human spine. And these 33 are awareness, feeling, discrimination, love, expression, all these. Kundalini, alignment, principle of 33. So they actually relate to the 33 gods or the 33 levels of the consciousness. So that is why people say that, there are 33 gods. There are 33 gods. I'll come to that in Hinduism. So what are these 33 gods? Now this again is a Hindu thing. It's a very deep thing. Again, it needs a lot of study. So there are 8 Vasus. Okay. So that is the sky, earth, wind, fire, stars, water, sun, moon. So these are the 8 elementals. Then you have the 12 suns. So these are the personified deities, or the 12 Aditya, or the 12 suns. And then there are 11 Rudras, or the force of nature, like bliss, knowledge, thought, breath, life, speech. And by the way, to the viewers and also Charles, you keep thinking, where did I learn it? Everything is self-taught.
Mm-hmm,
90% of whatever I have got is self-taught. No guru, no teacher, nothing.
No,
Nobody was ready to teach me.
no, and Partha, because I'm going to guess that you're a self-taught programmer as well.
Yes,
And I'm a self-taught
network engineer.
network engineer from the basics of putting in telephone wire. That's where I began my understanding, not even touching the telephone itself, but the wire. And when you learn on your own, you have command of the subject like few do. So anybody that's learned routing and network engineering in the classroom and taught by a teacher how to cable a building, how to how cable works, and all of the fundamental things that it takes for you to be a master of the subject is not available to you until you actually work in the industry for another 10 years, and then you have both the book learning and the on hand hands-on skills. And one of the important things about Masonics, Partha, is the right angle, the square, and part of our triangle involves the right angle, and the right angle uh, indicates truth. It represents truth.
Yes. So yes, a lot of people think, oh, masonry is this, masonry is evil or something. And masonry
Now,
has nothing to do with evilry or anything like that.
and for the record, neither
Yes.
Partha and I have anything to do with Masonic people.
Yes,
I,
exactly.
I've met Masons in small towns in Louisiana, and they were doing the Masonic thing because it was a place where guys could hang out and just talk enlightenment and wisdom, things that they couldn't talk about at home or at the bar. And when you did that in the Masonic meeting, you could explore these thoughts that Partha and I are doing without being ridiculed. you know and now I get it. Everybody that I knew that was a Mason was either a lawyer or an engineer, and someone that was really smart, but they couldn't communicate with the regular folk around the town, but they could do it in that building, and that building didn't have any windows, and it's just so people wouldn't peek in and do like that, like we do in our YouTube guys. We're behaving exactly like the Masonic temple would in a small town. If somebody comes in here and starts ridiculing us, we have sergeant at arms. They kick them right the hell out. And every one of my sergeant at arms just about is Irish. They don't put up with any bull crap. Um, and then we get to have our conversation in a controlled environment in peace with minds that want to learn. So are we Masons? Partha and I? No, I can't afford to. It's expensive to do that stuff here in Europe and here in America, and I don't have the time. And Partha doesn't have the interest, and neither do I. But we understand the Masons. We understand what they were trying to do, and we never find them evil. I've never found them evil in any aspect. And everybody that does call them evil just sees them from what the mainstream media tells you they are. There's people that know Donald Trump and actually have worked for him. There are people that have known Donald Trump through history. I've studied Donald Trump since I was 11 years old, and I thought he was cool. And all that Trump has done in all his life, he's never disappointed me. And then he runs for president. The mainstream media just goes after him. I mean, it was vicious, savage, and he fights back. And so it gets uglier and uglier. And then so you have a whole bunch of people that have this weird warped image of Donald Trump that doesn't exist. Like you're saying, the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect. And it happens. It's not Nelson Mandela. It's something else entirely. It's people projecting a reality on you. Sometimes it's done subtly, but the mainstream media in America, because they are so evil, they do it aggressively. And I see Partha's, he's on the hunt. On
Yes.
the hunt. All right, Partha, it's your show. Go.
Yes. So this is Donald Trump's horoscope. Donald Trump is, as per Indian astrology, he's born in Leo sign and in the Magha star. Now, what is this Magha? Magha is actually
Get
ancestors.
out. You're not making this up, are you?
No, no, I'm sure I'm going through a mainstream website. So there is no way I can make it out. So Magha, he's born in Magha star, and Magha is actually ancestors. I will show you the David Frawley's site also.
Get the heck out. Guys, this is breaking stuff right here in the Breadcrumbs Project. This is why the Breadcrumbs Project
Actually,
exists.
it should break the internet, Charles, but it won't. I know,
I
because
know.
truth is meant only for few.
Amen.
That is, Jesus had only 12 disciples.
Amen.
So yeah, so I initially I used to feel very sad that nobody's listening to me. I have a small YouTube channel. What is going on? And I have given up all those things now.
I remember you saying that. I remember you saying that. And now you
So
have at the time and place that you're needed, you have everything that's required. And and the funny thing is, and again, I'm saying this metaphorically, you have your target set square on my forehead, and you're just hitting me, boom, 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 and I'm not going down. I'm taking all of your shots, and it's
it's like the thunderbolts of Zeus, and you are taking it. I know, I understand, Charles.
all right. Go ahead,
Okay, so
MAGA. Yeah,
yeah.
dog.
Now I will tell you why Donald Trump said "Make America Great Again." It is not an English word. It is nothing but Magha star in which he is born.
Mm, mm, mm.
It's a Hindu thing. It's an Indian thing. He is born in Magha star. That is why he said "Make America Great Again" or MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. MAGA is one and the same thing, except the H or H, as you English people say. So Magha is ruled by ancestors. Its basis above is mourning. Its basis below leaving the body. It's a change or state of condition, a kind of death. It's an end of a cycle. Its condition is prior to that, which indicates the movement of soul away from the body. It relates to the ancestors. So what are we talking about? We are talking about the ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
Since I your channel, I've been talking about ancestors. So now people, hopefully they understand why Trump is in the seat of power. Why he keeps saying MAGA? Because he is born in MAGA. And Magha, Maggie, crown of Maggie, all are one and the same thing.
Get out. Get out.
And yes, I will show you the Kala Chakra or Wheel of Time before I go there. And Magha Nakshatra, the bird is eagle and the animal is rat. So we have this, which Chinese year is going on now? It is the rat year.
Partha, this is why your prime minister wanted to meet and associate his country with America and him.
Yes.
I mean, he made a big, he went overboard. What there was symbology in the prime minister having such a big rally in Texas. There was symbology in that. All the Indians in the room got it. All the Americans were just like, wow, this is cool. I mean, guys, wow. Sorry, Partha. I just, for everybody that's coming in, I have to associate these things. This is why your prime minister is so enthusiastic about Donald Trump.
Exactly, because Donald Trump is the eagle, he is the Maga, he is the ancestor. See, in the Kala Chakra, in the Wheel of Time or Samsara, the Pratipada or Navami, the first day of the new moon, after the new moon, and the ninth day, and Indra means Zeus or Thor. Okay? And then you have the flag, the eagle. I hope you're able to see this.
God, I'm seeing, yes.
Yes. So Indra means king or the seat of throne, throne of power. The animal is eagle.
All right, hold on a second. I hope Epic is online. Epic, Andrew, if you're online, I hope you heard that Trump is king, and that's meaningful to you. Wow, Partha.
Yes. So he is there in that place for a reason. Okay. And then you have this. This is India and America. So that's why that is the reason why these things are happening. And going back to the internet, so as I was saying, so there is a reason why he said make America great again, because he is born in Magha. Magha means eagle and ancestors. Make America great again, this red cap, it looks like an eagle. And which is the bird of America?
The eagle, the bald eagle.
Yes. Yeah, for those who are non-Americans, I will just see, this is the bald eagle of America. This is the Magha, this is the ancestors. So some people think that America is a very recent country, maybe 400, 500 years. No, North America has been there for a long, long, long time. It's
And
just that European settlers, they went later.
for everybody that's going to be tuning in America, um, America is the only country in the world that loves their flag and loves their American eagle like we do. Like I'm looking at these pictures that Parth has up, and I'm thinking, hell yeah, woo, America.
And how
And,
many and how many stars are there in this? How many stars are there? A trivia
50,
quiz.
50.
Yes. So all that is making sense now, right? So
Heck yeah.
Magha, Kala Chakra, Wheel of Time,
And
Trump,
we
White
and
is in the
and
queue.
we pledge allegiance to that symbol.
Yes,
We pledge allegiance to that idea. We pledge allegiance to that symbol. We're pledging an allegiance to something that we associate with God and a higher order, which is a fair thing to do. It's astrologically a correct thing to do.
exactly, because it is ancestors.
Wow. Hi, Ruthie Kelly. Welcome to the Breadcrumbs Project. And wow. All right, Partha. Wow.
So so that is why I keep saying, even on my channel, that unless you know astrology, unless you know Indian astrology, you
Right.
would never get in this idea that what is Trump or who is Trump. Trump is ancestor reborn. He is the Magha. He is Magha. Magha means eagle. So that flag that you see, this is only Trump. Trump, trumpet. And what is this eagle in Indian mythology? I will come there. It is called the Garuda or the Phoenix. So as per the Indian mythology, the great eagle is the Garuda. It is famous in Thailand and in other countries also. So it is a legendary bird-like creature in Hindu Buddhist mythology. Okay, he is the vehicle of Hindu god Vishnu. So what was Jake Sully riding in Avatar? He was riding this. So this is the ancient form of the eagle. So when this James Cameron and this, all your directors, they
Yeah.
do something, they have to come to Indian mythology. They have to, because Indian mythology and Native American mythology is one and the same thing, because all the continents were joined together. Because
Yes.
of the great solar flash and earthquake, these continents got separated. See, the colors also match. See,
Yeah.
and it is called Toruk Makto. So that is the same thing as Quascotal in South America.
Quetzalcoatl.
So it is a South American thing. It's the same thing again.
Central American. Central American. That's
Central American. Yes,
and people will say it's
exactly.
Mayan. No, it's not Mayan. It's the culture before the Maya. The Maya, Quetzalcoatl, uh, um, yeah, the great serpent, the great dragon, the great serpent, was the Mexica, where Mexico gets its name,
Yes,
was from the Mexica tribe, and they came from the north. They came from North America into Central America, and found all of these very old stone buildings that we see still, and they saw all of the art that was there, and they adopted it, and they also had teachers. So Quetzalcoatl was a real being, and so was the great white god. What's the great white god, um, with white beard in Mexican lore? And understand that everything that is Mexican, all of this um, serpent and all of this that we're looking at, that's in the Mexica culture and the ancient culture before it, is all based on astrology. The Mexica and the people before them based everything that they believed and timed through astrology. So they were looking at the same stars that Partha's ancestors were looking at, and they saw the exact same things. Yes, these structures were not built by the Mexica tribe. They said it. When Cortez invaded Mexico, these people marveled at the steel that he had. Yes, the Mexica could do gold and silver, and but that's all the only metals that they really had to work with. They didn't have iron. They couldn't carve rock like this. They didn't have iron back then, guys. It's the same thing as the pyramids. There has never been enough iron in Egypt to create one pyramid, or even the Sphinx. There just had in ancient and until up until industrial Egypt, there wasn't enough iron to create those structures. And in Mexico, they didn't have iron. When the Spaniards invaded, when Cortez invaded, they had rock tools. They were a Stone Age civilization. They had flint, that was embedded in wood, and that was their sword. So when the Spaniards came in and invaded Mexico, I mean, it was just so easy. The Spaniards had become such a militant country, expelling the Moors, the Muslims, back to the south, that they were just a warring culture. That's why they had to go conquer stuff, because if they weren't going to go conquer people outside, they were going to kill each other inside Spain. That's just the way they just became such a warring culture. They had war horses, they had war dogs, they had full armor. So when they with but a few ships, well, 20 some odd ships that Cortez landed on Mexico, he just went through Mexico like a seethe through wheat. There was just nothing that could stop him. They were bigger, they were stronger, they were more well fed. The Spaniards, the Mexican Indian people are smaller. They were basically peaceful people, except for the Mexicans, and the Mexicans were a warring tribe. And I mean, when they would do battle, 500 of Cortez's men would kill 30 to 80,000 Mexicans over 5 to 6 hours of battle. And the Spaniards loved it, man. But look at those pyramids. There has never been enough iron in Egypt to be able to work the stone and carve that out of the limestone that's there. You need iron. Bronze cannot cannot cut it, and cannot make a good face. It cannot make a smooth face like those pyramids have, both in Mexico and in Egypt. You got to wrap your heads around this thing, guys. There was a greater ancient civilization, and they established everything through astrology. And so much so that what we're looking at is the temple of Quetzalcoatl. And at certain times of the year, the dragon, the serpent dragon, has its form, and it's just one time a year that you can see this serpent dragon perfectly on his temple. And this is the temple that millions of Central Americans died on, to give that serpent the souls it demanded from the Mexican people. And this is what I add to the conversation, um, uh, Partha. And there are pyramids all over the world, and the stone that they are worked in is hard in so many places that it had to be done by iron. India has many ancient pyramid style buildings, and the sophistication that is in those buildings had to have fine iron implements to be able to to work the stone to that level of smoothness, to that degree of detail intricacy. And up until supposedly the Industrial Revolution, India didn't have that much iron to produce some of the ancient temples that they did. And these things, I mean, look at the level of detail. They have to work that thing for hours, and their chisels had to be resharpened, and they'd work their chisels into a nub. And so you always have a blacksmith who is always creating new chisels, sharpening chisels around any kind of stone carved area. Anything that has carved stone, what's right next to it? A blacksmith. Lots of blacksmiths, and lots of blacksmiths' assistants, because they have to get all the all the basic raw materials to create iron. So this is an industrial operation to create one of these temples. And many temples in in India that are fascinating were created in pre-Iron Age India. They're inexplicable by modern archaeological standards. All right, take over, Partha.
Yes, thank you, Charles. So as you rightly said, the amount of carving and chiseling and the furnace work which was done, it's incredible. I mean, the level of detail which is there in these temples, in Indian temples, and in the pyramids and all. So that's what it is. The dragon has come back. The dragon has come back. So I mean, Trump is one figure of that. Trump is not telling all these things. We are doing it. But yeah, I mean, politically, what is possible, whatever is possible, he is doing it, preparing the world for these things. But the dragon is also called as Garuda. It's a legendary bird. It is the vehicle of Vishnu, okay, or a god, and he has immense powers. I mean, he can blow off all the gods. I mean, all the gods can be on one side, and he can be on the other side, and he can finish them all.
Trump's doing that politically. Trump
Yes.
stands alone. When Trump first got to Washington, D.C., he stood alone. The Speaker of the House was against him. All of the Republican Party that was establishment was against him. Every single living, breathing leftist and Democrat hates his guts. So, like you just said, he alone stood alone against all of Washington, D.C., and he has won. That's amazing.
See, as I was saying, he may be shown with either two hands or the four hands, and he has eagle-like nose. If he is not carrying Vishnu, he holds a jar of immortality nectar. And what did Rahu enter? Rahu entered the Celtic deer head, as I spoke in our first session. So some people have
Yep.
to revise that. So they have to go back and, I can't
Oh,
repeat many
Partha, I
things.
got to create a playlist. Oh, I got so much work to do.
And In fact, Swan is going into Aruna or Ariga on 3rd June. So Aruna is brother of this Garuda or eagle. He is the one, Aruna is the one who carries the sun. He is the charioteer of the sun. So Garuda is the brother of Aruna. Both are brothers.
Mm.
Recently, there was a movie called KGF. It was a huge monster hit, and the villain name in the movie, the name of the is Garuda.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, these things are not coincidental. Nothing is
No.
coincidental because the game is played at a mind level, at an etheric level. These things are inserted into our reality. That is why people think it is a simulation. It's not a simulation. It's a magical world.
I agree.
So that is what I was showing. So in the Samsara wheel, the Garuda is in the eastern direction. He is the Indra. He is the Aries and Taurus. His animal is Garuda, and he has a flag. And just now you were talking about the flag, that you are very proud of your flag.
Yeah, it's insane. It's, and I say
I can go on and on and on. I can go on and on and on. It will be never ending about that. And then there is also one more important figure in this whole game. It is Shukra. He is actually the guru or the teacher of the demons, or the titans. See, asuras. So as I said, this world is controlled by the asuras. So we are not on the Midgard. We are on another world, another earth.
sure.
Earth is controlled by the titans. That titans is Tartaria or Tartarus. That is why many people are talking about the mud floods and all that. But this earth is also renewed. I mean, whenever the game is over, it is renewed for the new players. So they are the ones who are, and he is the guru or the teacher. That is why, Charles, that is the reason why you first noticed Venus. You said the Venus is looking bright.
Yes.
Why? Because Venus means Shukra in Indian astrology means clear or bright. He is supposed to be bright because his meaning, the name of Venus in India is Shukra. Shukra means clear or bright.
Oh, my third eye is tingling.
Yeah, and he is the guru of the Daityas or the Titans or the Asuras. And he also rules the seamen, and he also is the only, you can say, god or deity who has the power to revive the dead.
Yes. And that ability it goes throughout history. One of the most famous societies, one of the most famous cultures to write about this are the Egyptians. The Egyptians talked about reviving the dead. It was only through the gods, and one god that could do that. Osiris, I think it was.
Yes. So that is the same as Venus or Shukra. That is why in the Jesus story, he was crucified on a Friday. Friday is Venus, Venus is Shukra, and he got resurrected on a Sunday. So what is the date of birth of Jesus? Jesus is, as you know, many historians agree, is 25th December. And what is 25th December? It is the center of Milky Way galaxy. It is the Mula of Kali.
What?
So yes.
What does that mean?
I'll show you.
God, what? You're so smart. I'm glad you're driving because I have no idea where we are. I'm so lost.
So in fact, I have spoken of this star. It is, in fact, the star of Kali. It's also called as Mula. It is the ninth star. Okay. So when you go back to the Kala Chakra, I'll show you. It is here, this direction. It is called the southwest direction. So she is here. So all the souls, they move from the north and the Midgard. They come here, they purge, they take their lessons, they understand things, maybe they are crucified or whatever,
Sure.
and then they go to north. So that is why we are here in the southwest direction. This is the realm of the Kali or the Mula or the crucifixion land. So that is why you are crucified here, you are mortified here.
Yeah.
People go to hills and all kinds of things happen here. That is because we are in the southwest. We are not in the Midgard.
Nobody escapes this earth without trouble and tribulation. Every
Yes.
soul will suffer. If you have money or no money, if you if you're a happy person or if you're a miserable person, every soul suffers. Uh, you could even say on a daily basis. People have just crappy things happen to them on a daily basis, and so you make that point, and you die on this planet. On this planet, everybody dies. Everybody suffers death. Some people have the beauty of dying in their sleep, and some people suffer horrible deaths.
Yes. So, Charles, I hope you can see this.
Oh yeah.
So, sun actually goes into the Mula on 16th December every year, 15 or 16. Okay. I am also born in the same time when the sun was in Mula. Okay. So, 16 till 28th every year, 15 to 28 or 15 to 27. When was Jesus born? He was born on the 25th.
Wow.
Right.
Right.
So
No, yeah.
that is why he is the one who is the resurrected one, because he was born in the direction of Kali.
Okay. And
Born.
just establish that date of birth for everybody in the West that is joining in, and well, that day, Apollo and all. No, that date of birth for Jesus was established by Jewish tradition a long time ago, before quote unquote Christianity came to the surface. So the date of Jesus um, has astrological symbology, as we've just learned. But
Yes.
it wasn't something that was made up, as modern anti-Christians try to do, especially the academics. The learned academics are always debunking everything about Jesus every day, so that nobody can even begin to understand the nature of Jesus. Oh, I love this video.
Again and again, I come back to this video just to show only one thing. So if you remember this, I have shown this video. So Eve carries this. This is the Milky Way, the
Mm-hmm.
center of Milky Way. Thought comes. Thought, Jesus, all are one and the same thing. Light. This comes from the center of Milky Way.
Yep.
What is the center of Milky Way? The center of Milky Way is this point, 16 December to 28 December. When was I born? I was born on 15 December. When was
Wow.
Jesus? He was born on 25th December.
10 days.
So I'm not Christ. I'm saying I'm also one of the messengers.
Yep.
Okay, I can't raise any dead. Definitely. I can only solve my tooth pain with ibuprofen.
Have you tried?
Yes, I tried.
Wow, Partha. It was a
See,
curse.
I connected this. See, Charles, I connected this obscure video.
Yeah.
Coming from the center of Milky Way, right? Center of Milky Way. That is what mainstream media keeps saying: black hole, black hole, black hole. There's no black hole, but anyways, the center of Milky Way to the Mula star, to date of birth of to Kali, to southwest direction in Samsara will, to Jesus. I mean, the people who follow Jesus may not even know like what actually Jesus is.
No.
He is central light. He is the central light. Pardon my shouting, but I have shown this with proof. That is why I keep saying I know more about Jesus than people who follow Jesus do.
You're absolutely right. You've proven it to me. We've had great conversations going over the New Testament, which I have great doubt over, but you have, in fact, made me see things much differently. And I look at the New Testament much more comfortably now because of the astrological symbolism. And a Christian's going to say, "Hell, boy, there ain't no astrology in Jesus." Well, if you actually study your history, Judaism and and Jesus is filled with astrology. All you have to do is talk to Partha.
Yeah, if they are patient enough, they will understand what I'm saying, because I'm a very soft person.
Yep.
I am not a person who
But they're
pushes
not.
things throat.
They're not going to listen.
I Yes.
They
And
they don't have an
this is
entry
again,
point.
see, yeah, this is again, see, but many people have think that semiconductors and these things are like normal things. No, that is a Solomon's temple. Semiconductor is Solomon's temple.
Beautiful.
The design of a semiconductor is
Sure.
same as Solomon's temple. How
Absolutely
many
it
new
is.
see see the design?
Yeah.
I mean, how easy can that get?
Look at that. And probably you and I are have electrical field backgrounds. And
Yes. So my hypothesis is very simple. So what actually happens is, which Einstein initially accepted ether or ether, which Thor uses, the electrical universe. Then Einstein was forced, I think, not to talk about ether. Initially, he accepted that ether or aether bends the light. But what happened was, I think he was pressurized by Illuminati or somebody not to talk about ether. And that is why he kept quiet and he started talking about gravitational lensing and started talking weird things. But initially, he was very much into electrical universe. Let me state that very clear. And because of the electrical universe, only the light bends, or it comes. It's not because of gravity. Gravity is a very weak force. Gravity cannot bend light, period.
period.
That etheric energy or that electrical energy which comes from the universe, that is only used or harnessed into the semiconductor. The guys who actually work on semiconductor, they themselves don't know this secret. What is Solomon's temple? What is electrical universe? How the energy is harnessed? And that is why we have long or big towers in the world. I mean, I'm giving a ton of information. So all these buildings you see all over the world,
Yep.
okay, they are actually reactors or harnessers of energy. Many people may not know it, I'm telling you. So the ether or the aether contains that energy, and these towers, what they do is they harness this energy.
All right.
And this is what Tesla's free energy agenda is all about.
Let me hit you with what I know, Partha. All of the and this is for the people watching, and you can take what either Partha and I say, and you have to do your research. If you dismiss it out of hand, you're ignorant. If you do some research, you're going to be amazed at the things that we have to say. All of these obelisks are made of a type of a stone, a granite stone that has a frequency. So if you hit these obelisks with a hammer hard enough, you don't have to even hit them hard. You get a frequency vibration. All obelisks came from Egypt, okay, and they're all very, very ancient, and they all have a frequency. Granite, depending on the amount of quartz it has in it, because all granite has quartz in it, all granite has a frequency. If you cut it right, you can make granite ring. I sit on top of a granite mountain. That's where my apartment is, and we play with quartz and granite all the time, and it gives off vibrations.
And who would, in their wildest of imagination, can think that Partha can connect Spider-Man, astrology, granite, obelisks, ether, energy, electrical universe? Why do they Marvel comics show these things? Now I hope people understand these things. Why? Because Spider-Man, spider, net, web. He casts a web, and that web or net is weakening.
And people have to also understand that all of the Marvel characters that we enjoy, especially Spider-Man, Captain America, and all of those symbolic people, came from a devout Jewish writer. So even Thor, Stan Lee, was Jewish, and a lot of this that he puts forth in the Marvel universe, a lot of it has astrological, Jewish, Norse um, uh, groundings, because Stan Lee was into that kind of stuff. Stan Lee was like us, really curious, and had to write his stories. And one of the things that made him so popular in the writer's room is he could act out the stories, and he could give life to all of these characters. He knew these characters that he was talking about, and all of the American writers and people drawing them, they were looking at him, and these characters are Stan Lee representing ancient mythologies built around astrology. All right,
That's
Partha.
why, Thor comes to Wakanda, the magnetic shield goes down, he brings down the lightning, and all the bad souls, they are purged out, and the good souls don't die. Many people did not even ask that question when Thor hits his hammer in war. Why bad people died but good people did not die? Because
Wow.
lightning affects only the bad people, they don't affect the good people. So don't worry, guys, the plasma is safe. So that is the star coming back, that is the Garuda. And that is the Da Vinci's, all the Da Vinci's paintings. You see the sun, I mean, 13th man, Jesus, son of man, he is in the center with his 12 sons. So I was saying, in the Kala Chakra there are 12 sons, in the wheel of time there are 12 sons, and he is the 13th one. Ophiuchus is the 13th sign. Everything is astrological. And is Vitruvian man, so etheric body and the physical body. So Da Vinci knew everything.
And he knew the golden ratio.
Yes, he
He knew
knew
how,
the golden ratio, mean ratio, everything he knew.
and he was very astrologically based.
He was. So that's it, Charles. I think this Truman Show and all, I think I'll show some other day. I'm little tired now.
Yes.
So
Yes.
just I will end with only one thing. Maybe Charles, you can continue. See, this cross actually is T. This is the T. T means crossing the plane of samsara. So with this note, I'm ending my presentation.
Wow. Good job closing that
That's why
loop
it's called cross. It's called cross because you're crossing the samsara wheel.
with the light, with the flash, with the flash of
Yes.
Jesus, with the light of Jesus.
Yes. Yes. So
Yep.
according to me, Jesus is light.
Yeah, Jesus is most better than most Christians. That's for sure. Wow. Partha, thank you so very much for this lecture. I am grateful for it. I'm going to make you rest tomorrow, and let's reconvene on Monday. Okay?
Sure, Charles. Sure.
Yeah, you need a break. You need a little bit of rest, man. What a great lecture. I mean, this this is a master's PhD lecture that we have just received, without notes, all off the top of his head, just rattling it off, and it's because he knows it inside and out. He is a master of these mythologies, and I hate to use the word mythology because the connotation it brings, but I think everybody understands what I mean by mythologies. And so you are the key for us unlocking all of this, Partha.
Yeah, while the sun sets here, a beautiful sun I can see. So as I said, please don't believe in crucifixion or anything like that.
Okay.
That is crossing. That is crossing the T. T means plane T, planet. In a planet, we have T, right? So you are crossing the boundary. You are flying like an eagle. That is why Quasquatl. That's why Trump. That is why eagle, Garuda, light, sun, solar EMP, all is coming. So it's not an automatic thing. Sometimes what happens is these things get slightly postponed by the creator because he
Oh
wants all
yeah.
this. Yeah, it's like Schindler's List. Schindler actually saved a lot of people, right?
Right.
So it's like that. So Schindler's List, now this is Charles' list or Partha's list or creator's list. So that is
Beautiful.
maybe on May 27th or May 23rd it didn't happen. Maybe because there are some more souls who have to be woken up. So creator is very kind. So you may blame me. I mean, many people may blame, "All right, you said 28, 27, nothing happened."
What?
But
That's no, 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 no. Partha, no one can say that. Not a soul can
yes,
say
no,
that.
many people say, no, I'm just saying for those
All right?
that it is not an automatic process. It's an automated process, meaning
Absolutely.
you purify yourself. God is very kind. He's waiting.
Yeah.
He's waiting.
She's
He gives,
waiting.
it's a Schindler's List, right? It is
Yeah.
the list.
Yeah. No.
No, that's
No, no, and anybody that has any doubt, you send them to the Breadcrumbs Project and we'll set them straight. You
yeah.
said that there was going to be a sun event that can definitely, because the sun is electric, it's going to be an EMP. If the sun does a discharge, it's an electromagnetic pulse. It has radio wave frequencies. I am the one that said, "Holy crap, this is going to mess us up, and you better save everything that you can and save up for 2 months." You're laughing, and you better save up all that you can and blah blah, because that's what Americans do. But you're like, "Oh, it's okay, Charles. You relax. It's not gonna be all right. Don't stress. Don't go buy more things." And what you predicted
So
happened exactly.
Shakespeare said, all is well that ends well. Good things come to those who wait.
Yes, but you predicted what was going to happen on the 28th
Let me tell you,
perfectly.
I awoke years back. I should be more frustrated why I'm not getting out of this realm. Then I understood that I have to help other souls. It is not about me alone anymore.
No,
It's about others. So a lot of these EMPs actually have already happened. But the
sure.
thing was that was localized, you can say. And that is why only few souls awoke.
Yeah.
In a way, you can is few souls. So probably that magical number 1,44,000 souls have to be awakened before the ascension happens. So that's why you cannot predict dates in these things. You can't say it will happen, has to happen on certain date,
No.
because first of all, souls have to be purified. They're being given grace time. They're getting extra. Finish the exam, 3 hours is over, but after that, it's another hour. Okay, you continue with your paper. You're a slow student. I understand.
You're going to get there, but I can't rush you because you're on your own, you're on a path. But I know you can do this work, which is a brilliant teacher, Partha, and you are a brilliant patient teacher with us, and you're able to take a lot of the things that we know and put it through the process, and then unlock it, decrypt it for us, and show us. So to establish your significance and our significance, um, the queue, as we know it, stops um, stopped yesterday. So they said that's the end of the calendar, but things are continuing. But they have to do the awakening. They have to pay attention to all of this stuff that's on that Great Awakening map, and it all involves you, Partha. It all
And
involves you. You're the only one that can de-encrypt all that stuff that is up in the Great Awakening map. And the Q people are going to be coming. Whether they accept what you're teaching, well, that's up to them. We don't care. I I I don't care if anybody here in Breadcrumbs Project accepts what you're saying. I accept it. I understand it. I can validate it with other research that I've done that validates your fundamental point you're trying to make. Okay, so we validate each other. We're encrypting and decrypting. I'm good, and you and I can answer that. We have the depth of knowledge that we can answer the questions if anybody has them. But Q people are going to be coming with questions, and we've just provided a lot of answers. You have provided a basic foundation for them to begin to understand the Great Awakening that's in what has been transmitted to them. Thank you.
welcome, Charles.
So have a great rest tomorrow. Please give my warmest regards to your family, and
Yeah.
please tell them that we all here, all 57 of us in this chat room, thank your family for the sacrifices they've made so that you can do the work that you need to do. And I send my personal love and
No,
gratitude.
Charles, I have said this before. I want to correct you. You are my family. Okay.
Oh, thank you
So
so
it's
much.
a small family. It is there. It's an Indian philosophy. It is called Vasudeva Kutumbam. It means that Krishna says because my name is basically, it means Krishna.
What?
Yes, Parthasarathi is Krishna, right? Parthasarathi is the charioteer.
No, you said right? Like, what? No. No, Krishna
Yes.
is a very important name. That's like somebody in Mexico being named Jesus. You know, that mother wants to associate that soul with the purest soul they know. So your name, you're being named that, is not coincidence. Holy Jesus. All right. Oh, yes, of course, Charles. Wow. Wow. Wow, Partha. That's heavy, man. That is
I
heavy.
will just, I think I can just share my screen only for 1 second. I will just show that. So Krishna, when Thor or Zeus was blasting his thunder, he was his lightning and all that. What he did was he lifted this mountain, and under the mountain, all the people or all the souls came. So it is. I hope it is symbolic enough.
My God, yes.
So whenever
Wow.
thing
Lifted the
happens,
mountain.
yes, and under the mountain, whichever soul is there, they are protected. It's as simple as that.
And again, I can't make because the picture, right, the one that you're circling, it looks like a spaceship. It, you know, the rendition that is given constantly in so many ancient Vedic writings, okay, and Vedic astrology is what Partha is basing his stuff on, and the Vedic writings are thousands of years old, and the argument goes, are they pre-flood or are they post-flood? And of course, Partha and I will go on, I think, record saying the Vedic astrology, Vedic beliefs are very much pre-flood. And in Hindu and Indian lore is filled with time loops. It's filled with different dimensions. It's filled with spaceships. Science fiction is nothing new to the Indian people. Everything that we play with in spaceship, Star Wars, and all that kind of stuff. Oh, it's already in Indian mythology. It's Indian stories. If you want some good sci-fi, read the Vedic scriptures.
He lifted this mountain with his little finger.
Right. I mean,
It's
Superman. You know,
simple for him, just lifting this mountain.
and
I mean,
that's what Superman did.
ultimate miracle. Yeah.
But you also always see it has little jets underneath it. You always see those blue.
Yes.
So, all right, Partha. Wow, Krishna, that's crazy. Oh, my head is full. I got a lot of my buffers, as you know, are packed full. I know I'm dropping packets. I know that my error log, Partha, is deep.
So in this age, in today's time, knowledge is that mountain. So maybe in that age, Krishna lifted his mountain with his little finger. In this age, knowledge. So knowledge, like for example, I know coronavirus is a sham.
Right.
I know coronavirus is a scam, whatever. Yes, people are dying. I'm not saying people are not dying. I'm
Sure.
not denying the fact.
And suffering happens.
Yeah, we have the knowledge, we have the awareness, and that is the mountain. So whenever the strike happens, where thunder happens, whatever, we are safe, we are protected.
Amen. Thank you so much. Partha, namaste. Give my love to the family and tell them thank you for sharing
Sure, Charles.
with this new member of the family and bringing them in. And I can't wait to eat at the same table with everybody. That's going to be a great day. That's going to be fantastic. And I'm going to make a pig out of myself. Namaste. Thank you so much.
Namaste. Thank you. Yeah.